Yeah, 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 yeah. Shake it, but keep pointing out all the lies. Putting the scripture right in your eyes. The Bible guy. He reads Hebrew and Greek and shows you that your book's not unique. The Bible guy. He turns through the pages until every Christian rages. The Bible guy. Watch one time and you're hooked. Now let's watch why the Christians get cooked. The Bible guy.
Howdy, howdy, folks. Bible Guy here, coming at you live from Northeast Texas. How are we all doing today? And right off the bat, I do have to tell you guys, I have a little, I guess you call it a challenge for you guys. If we get up to 30K likes today, like earlier, just before this live, I did a little exercise and then I took a shower. And while I was showering, I do what I normally do, and I sing. And then someone walked by the shower and recorded a little bit of that. So because I'm such an internet whore who likes to, you know, put myself out there. If you guys get us up to 30K likes on the live today, I will post the clip. So there you go. That's for you guys, something for you guys to work to. But you got to get to 30K likes. Michael Smith says, John 14 verse 6, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except anyways. Yeah, why should we think that that's true though, Michael? I'm not a Christian, so like quoting the Bible at me isn't going to be a very good like reason for me to become a Christian. Ooh, thunder. It is also thundering and raining right now, so if like quality of the stream goes down, that's why. You know, I live out in the bumfuck end of nowhere, y'all, so. And also, yes, I was about to say, Lathe, happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful, wonderful mothers out there. Listen, I don't believe in gods, but if there were anything out there that was a god, it would be women, for all that they're capable of doing. So big W to all the mothers out there who have created life. Just confess your sins and hear the truth of God. Hard pass, because I don't sin, and also God's not real. Thank you, I am pretty great, says Lath. Oh yeah. Live your life the best you can. Find happiness. Be content with your life. Don't be greedy. Sounds good to me. Huh? Everyone's sin, hubba? Well, no, not if God doesn't exist, because sin is like the breaking of God's law. And if God doesn't exist, then God doesn't really have a law. Therefore, there's no law of God to break. Sin is a made-up disease perpetuated by the religious so that they can give us their made-up cure. Michael says, Happy Mother's Day and God bless you. Well, Happy Mother's Day and may the force be with you. You are listening to the lies of Satan. Says Michael Smith. Nope, Satan doesn't exist either. Create the problem, sell the solution, profit. Or is it profit, P-R-O-P-H-E-T? Girl, chill. It's Sunday. I agree, Lathe. That was for all the mothers, Bubba, not you. The mothers don't want your Jeebus. Oh, Blue Ocean, I'm so sorry to hear that. Sure they do. Here, can I get some confirmation from the mothers in the chat who don't want Jeebus Crispy to be their lard and savior? Just type in hard pass. No thanks, Jesus. Hard pass. Yeah, look at all those hard passes. Man, look at that. Who hurt you? No one. I never had a priest molest me. The Christian way of life is easier freedom. No, it's not. You try not masturbating and tell me how easy that is. Sushi says, I'm not even a mother or a girl, and I'd take the hard pass. Yeah. Michael, I don't believe in Jeebus Crispy because I've read the Bible, not because I got hurt. Why do y'all always assume that's because of hurt? I had a fantastic time in church. I just stopped believing because it wasn't true. But who hurt you? Why did you become a Christian? Who hurt you, Michael? Always the dark background? That's not dark. So you're an atheist. It's you apostrophe RE. So you're an atheist. It's either Christianity or grammar, never both. Yes, I am an atheist. Make it sparkly pink or rainbow and they'll be more upset. For real. One of these days, like I'm gonna eventually start painting my nails again and we'll see how much that pisses them off. Just wait until I dye my hair blue. They'll fucking love that. That's brown. I agree. That is not dark. That is brown. You're married? No, not married. Christian have anger issues? They do have anger issues. All glory to Peggy. Absolutely. Hashtag gaping for Peggy. What would it take for you to believe evidence that suggests that Christianity is true? Thank you for the fist bump. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, brother. Thanks for the fist bump of righteousness. Crisscross says, hi, folks. Howdy, partner. But everyone, make sure you tap that screen. Share the live with those you love, with those you hate, with your friends and with your enemies. Let's get the word out there so we can have some interesting conversations. Hopefully we can get a Christian who wants to come up and tell me why I should be a Christian. Ooh, someone pissed off Thor. Hey, Doorhinge. Good to see you as always. Doorhinge. Good to see you, Jagatha. Oh, did you not like that thunder? Homegirl is hanging out with me right now because she doesn't like thunder. So she's freaking out over here. You're good. She always hangs out with me anytime it thunders. What's the Bible quote that forbids tattoos? I want that to be my first tattoo. Leviticus chapter 19. What verse is it? Let's see. Leviticus 19. Not cute. Blah, blah, blah. You shall not take vengeance. Blah, 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 blah. Forbidden to eat fruit. You shall not eat anything with blood. You shall not round off. You shall not make any gash. Verse 28. Leviticus 19:28. You shall not make any gashes in your flesh for the dead or tattoo any marks upon you. I am the Lord. There you go. Yeah, get that as your first tattoo. That'd be funny as hell. I second that. You should be a Christian because it's clear you need Jesus inside you. I have Peggy inside me. But hi, Josh. You're more than welcome to come up and hang out with us if you want. That's a fresh trim. It sure is. I got it almost a week ago now. So just a quick reminder, we're at 11K now. I told everyone that if we get to 30,000 likes, I will post the video of me singing in the shower. I mean, it's not, you won't see anything. You just hear me singing. There's no actual video to it.
That's not nearly as good as it sounded at the start.
I ain't that kind of channel. I'm not quite there yet. I'm not that desperate for views yet. Maybe once I trim down a little bit, I can be one of those douchebags that takes pictures with their shirts off and post it as their profile picture.
You could be like Dean.
Who?
Dean Withers.
Did he
his
do that?
Profile picture currently is that, yeah.
Oh, come on, Dean. Emperor says, Josh, why did you block me? Because you're a dick, Emperor. You're a
Kind of a
child
douchebag, yeah.
graping apologetic dickhead. And I stand by that. Hey, Dalton, your face is looking very trim. You look good. Thank you so much, Bruce.
You mentioned you currently have Peggy inside you. That's if you're looking to drop a couple pounds, I'm pretty sure Peggy weighs a few. So
Yeah, here, let me just take that out. Anyways, Mark Connor says, so scriptures were found written 700 years before the crucifixion of Jesus. Everything explained. There's nothing 700 years before Jesus that prophesies his crucifixion, if that's what you're trying to say, Mark. But you're more than welcome to come up and try to defend that claim. I love talking about messianic prophecies and how Jesus didn't actually fulfill any. That would be a good tactic for Christians, you know, if they really want to bring people to Jesus. Their first step is that they should become less insufferable. Spiritual TDI says, I think Mark is just scared. He doesn't have the Holy Spirit, actually. God is just a man-made concept. I agree, Sebastian. God is a contingent being because God is contingent upon the mind of human beings. The line and Duncan lie when I have to go to work. Hey, young Kaledo, you can just listen to both of us later, or on your break. You know, this will be on YouTube, that'll be on YouTube, and you can there's more than enough of us to go around, bud.
do you post all of your lives to YouTube?
Every single one. Well, not the one I did on Thursday. But generally, I'm dual streaming, so y'all get the horizontal stream, the vertical stream, and over on TikTok, on YouTube, they get the horizontal stream. So, hi to all my people on YouTube. Mwah. Lovely to see you all here, and lovely to see everyone here on on TikTok. You were done. I was done. I was well done. God personally revealed that Mark is a fake Christian. That's what Bruce. Hey, God revealed that to Bruce. It must be true, right? Jesus, Jag. Bruce, you and I both got the same revelation. Well, look at that confirmation. That's double revelation. Double rainbow all the way. Oh, 15K. We're at halfway to the goal, everyone, that you guys apparently really want for whatever reason. Good luck, y'all. Praise be to Peggy. Absolutely. Thank you, Bruce. Rachel T says Dalton knows the Bible. He sure as hell fucking does. Unofficial UA raid. Love that. Welcome from the Unapologetic Live. I'm just tapping because I want somebody to join. You know what? I appreciate that. I see you. Yeah, your live was crazy earlier, Josh.
Which one? Like the one this morning?
Yeah, where we were drawing stuff together.
Yeah, that was great.
Guys, in case you don't know, Josh also does lives. So if you're on TikTok, go ahead and click on Josh's profile and give him a follow.
Okay, thanks.
There you go. And I guess I'll show you guys I did a drawing of Muhammad today. We had a child graper apologist on Josh's live earlier today. So I did a little drawing of Muhammad, as we always do every time they come up. So let me see if I can no, TikTok, I didn't ask you to start playing stuff. Why are you gay? Let's see the masterpiece. It looks like something you would see on a Sunday comic or something like that. It's the vibe it gave me, at least. Let me see. Let's pull up my iPad. Boom. Okay.
Well, Bible God, there's somebody in the comments that really wants you to know that God doesn't need you, but it's in your best interest to become a Christian.
Is it now? Well, I think God does need me because, like, he needs all of us, because without human beings to believe in him, God disappears. That's how that works. Anyways, there's my drawing, everyone, of Muhammad that I drew. He said, quote, "I diddle kids, Muhammad." Yeah. Let's see. I know scriptures you don't with your username. Please request up. Yeah, I know scriptures you don't. Come on, let's have a conversation about why I should be a Christian. He looks tired. Yeah, that's what happens when you're a horrible person. You get tired a lot, I guess. I don't know. Hi, Redhead Trouble. Good to see you out there. Yeah, there we go. Oh, the grape. Yeah. You'd think that Muslims by now would realize. Zach Laser Hoffman says, "Sup, fam? Dude, I've been listening to some of your voice acting stuff. You have a great voice." Anyways, you'd think that Muslims by now would realize that if they got to stop doing the grape apologetics if they ever want to, like, convince anyone to become Muslim. Grateful for you, man. Grateful for you, bud. I let God speak for himself in scriptures. Is your God have a dissociative identity disorder? I know scriptures, you don't? Because he doesn't seem to, like, know his own personality all that well. He keeps telling me things like, I don't change my mind. And then also, I change my mind. I'm doing sexy atheist things. Good for you, Eddie. Love that for you, bud. What makes you the Bible guy? Then I know the Bible better than most Christians on TikTok.
I have two questions for theists at this point. The first being, if the Bible disappeared tomorrow, right? Like like all of the Bibles, just poof, gone. Which denomination would be correct and why? And I'm open to any of them. I'm open to, discussion. I just want to know which one would be the winner, right? What's the consensus? The second question would be, if God makes everybody, including people that you hate, why do you hate them?
Yeah. Good questions. Like, listen, if all of the religious books disappear tomorrow, I don't think we would get Christianity back the same way it is now. But if all the science books disappear tomorrow, given enough time, they would come back.
I'm just wondering, because like no one can give me an answer. Everybody hates the Catholics, so it's not Catholics. Everybody hates Baptists, it's not the Baptists. Everyone hates evangelicals, so anything that stems from that is a no-go, which pretty much cuts out everybody. Everybody hates Eastern Orthodox because they're Eastern Orthodox, okay? So it's like, stick them all in an arena. I want to see who wins.
Here we go. We got our first guest. Manders, I'm going to ask you 3 preliminary questions, and then we'll get to the conversation. Are you at least 18 years old? Manders? And they're gone. Another one bites the dust. Anyways.
It's interesting this morning that the most upset person about this picture in my background here was the Jewish lady.
Yeah, the one who doesn't believe in God.
Yeah, she was really mad about this picture.
They were Lathe Event says they were probably tapping wildly like me. Maybe. I'm so sorry that was a mistake while tapping. You know what, Manders? I appreciate that. I appreciate anyone who comes up because they were just tapping wildly. So, mwah, thank you so much. And we are 9,000 likes away from 30K. And I am a man of my word. Okay. Whatever gets those likes up, I guess. I know scripture, you don't. I mean, you can't fucking. You fucking can't. So why should I? What happens at 35,000 likes? At 30,000 likes, Elizabeth, I told the audience I would post the video. I was singing in the shower, and someone came by and recorded me. So I will be posting the little clip of me singing in the shower if we reach 30K likes. So, which it looks like that'll happen pretty soon. So I guess that means you need an inspirational video once a week now. An inspirational video? What are you talking about? Hi, Cam.
I really want to know from the I know scriptures you don't person, if they can come up, right? Because I just have one question. You know this question. I asked you and we had a good laugh about it, about parting the waters. And quickly, with the quickness, I'm going to need you to name who else besides Moses did that in under 5 seconds, because this is not a hard answer.
Yeah, I did set the bar too low, didn't I? Because we're at 26,000. I didn't think we'd get to 30K. I didn't.
Okay, so next goal, 50.
Next time it will be 50. Yeah. And Lade said, what song? It's Love Me Tender, what I was singing. I was a huge Elvis fan when I was a kid. I was in the 3rd grade, I was in a Christmas play where I played an elf who was an Elvis impersonator, Romantic Dalton. Yes, I am a helpless romantic, emphasis on the helpless. I was obsessed. I had played an elf who was an Elvis impersonator called Elphus. And so like I did what any young actor would do, and I watched reference tapes of Elvis and I just loved Elvis as a kid as a result. The I know scripture guy believes Jesus is the father, by the way. How embarrassing.
David, my problem is that you listened to maybe half of what I said. So I'm going to say it real slowly for you and really nicely like a kindergartner, so that way you can listen, right? I said to come up here. And the second key words in that phrase were, I know scriptures that you don't, not David. Does that understand? Do you understand that you are not that person, David? Because your name is David.
There's also another person, not just Joshua. It's not just Moses and Joshua. There's another person that people keep missing.
I didn't do shit.
Oh
no, my thing is no. My thing is You want to sit there and be like, no, there's no, it is what I said. Dalton can play it back because that's exactly what I said.
Yeah, and we did reach 30K. So, you know, as soon as this live is over, I will get to uploading that video, you guys. Fantastic. Boy, oh boy. Time to put out Dalton. Dalton always puts out. What are you talking about? Hello, Katie. Good to see you. If we get to 50K, will you show us immediately? No. Oh my god.
Dalton will show you a sneak peek if we get to 75.
Don't make promises for him. Don't make promises for me.
I am. I don't know if we can get to 75. We just got to 32. We have to get to 75, and it's only a sneak peek. It's only a sneak peek.
Oh god. Anyway,
I didn't say how long. It can be a screenshot. I'm trying to help you out, Dalton.
I was gonna say the screenshot wouldn't do all that well because it's just black.
Oh,
the screen. Well. It's just audio.
That's okay.
Yeah. Everyone should also, if you see them in the comment section, Zach Laser Hoffman, go watch their content. It's so good. Get a voice of a voice like steel. He gives us a tour of the bathroom where the famous event happened. Nini, what you want? You want to come up here? Here, let me move my legs, and then you can come here. Come here. Get up here. Get up here. Oh, I'm wearing black today, and I'm letting you climb up here. That's how much I love you. Man, where are all the Christians at? They're all just terrified to come up and debate me on why I should be a Christian. That's maybe my hypothesis is that the Christians also understand that there is no good reason to be a Christian. That's what I can insinuate. That's what I can guess from this. They're all drunk at Mother's Day lunch.
That's why you got to hang out on my low tier live, because I don't scare them like you do.
Yeah, Lee, I was about to say, they're probably all with their moms because it's Mother's Day, but also they're talking to their moms and telling their moms, oh, you're such a great mom, blah, blah, blah. Here's some flowers. With the same mouth that they say, fuck you, you're a fat ass, you're this, you're that, you're blah, blah, blah. I hate you, go to hell. Same mouth, same heart, same person.
Yeah.
Baffling.
Undoubtedly. Why be Bible guy if you don't believe in God and scriptures? I'm the Bible guy. I know scriptures, you don't, because I know the scriptures and you don't.
I feel like somebody named I know scriptures, you don't should certainly come up here and show that they know more than the Bible guy. Like
777 says, are you an atheist or agnostic? I am an agnostic atheist. Say hi to the people. She needs a haircut. Yeah, I'm talking about you.
She said, no, I don't. I'm so cute. I'm cute and just a little scrungly. Just a little bit.
She's looking ratchet.
Just enough. No. She has just enough scrungle to be absolutely adorably precious.
Whenever she does her haircut, we usually don't cut the hair on her ears, so she ends up looking like Isaac Newton.
Quit making fun of that baby.
I know,
you sound like my sister when her oldest was born. She was bald when she was born, and so she has the nickname Egg now because she was bald.
777 is the Jesus number, by the way. That's not in the Bible. 7 is typically considered a holy number in the Bible, but there's no 777. That's a really weird Christian attempt to like parallel 666. but it doesn't make any
Isn't that
sense.
isn't that just wonderfully silly too? Like, I make fun of the Bible or all religions for being silly all the time, but having a favorite number of religion seems like a very silly thing.
Especially in Vegas. Yeah, the 777 is quite is important if you go to Vegas. Otherwise, it's nothing. Dating here is trash. That sucks. I would think Jesus' number is 999. Cam says W Josh, indeed. W Camwise.
I thought you said eating here is trash. I was like, where are y'all eating?
The trash.
No, don't do, you'll get sick.
W Bibble guy. W Camel. I've run out of nicknames to give her. Wait a minute.
And that's on like a little camel noise. I love camels. They're so
Don't
precious.
call me Camel. That is okay. It might be a bit close to something else. You have a good point. Camelot. How's that? Is that better? Camelot.
Oh no, I gotta get a fucking harp.
Everyone come up with a nickname for Cam. It's gotta be punny. Camwise is the best. Camwise is the best. That is my favorite nickname for you. But everyone, put in your submission for what Cam's nickname should be. Cambridge Analytica. That's good. Cambridge. Good. Atheists claim they know the Bible, but they are arrogant and ignorant as fuck. Well, I might be arrogant, but that's because like when you talk to Christians all day long and they never know the fucking Bible, and you like school them on the Bible every day, it does sort of like Cambrian explosion. That's so good. Nobody can beat
Happy
Camwise. Camper. I do agree.
Happy
Cam.
camper, not camper.
I did come up with the best name, that is for sure.
Happy
but anyway,
camper. It's like a pimp named Slickback. You got to say the full thing. Yes, that includes the and a slick name or a pimp name and the Slickback part. All of it.
right. Camwise Gamgee. Well, that's what Camwise is short for, Canadian gamer.
I don't know what
Camwise
any of that
Gamgee.
is.
It's based on Samwise Gamgee. Samwise?
What is that?
Sam?
They're Lord of the Rings.
From the Lord of the
Lord
Rings?
of the Rings nerds.
What is? I don't know what that is.
You're not a big enough nerd. It's okay. I'm not either.
I'm disappointed.
Wait, Josh, you're not one of those either. Oh, thank God. I'm gonna follow you now because I've never met another person who was like, yeah, no, I'm not with that. So I'm gonna let me just.
No.
I personally believe that.
Jag, you have to go watch Lord of the Rings now, all 3 movies.
Jake, no, I don't watch I don't really watch TV, to be honest. I read and I watch like documentaries and
then read the Lord of the Rings, all 3 books.
Okay, do you want to know my problem? You want to know my problem, Dalton? My problem with stuff like that is every single time I try to read it, there's always a name, and I have to call him Hoobity Scubbity Pop because I can't pronounce that. And then
that will be a problem.
The other part of it is I cannot stand whenever a book's like, oh, then we're gonna ride off into the castle with a magical ring and a magical and I'm like, you know what? Magically transport my brain to a lobotomy.
Okay,
I can't.
I will not allow for this blasphemy. We're gonna talk to DLN. DLN, I'm gonna ask you 3 preliminary questions, and then we'll get to the conversation.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay. Are you at least 18?
Yeah, I'm 19.
And what pronouns do you go by?
He, him.
And are you? Yeah. And are you a Christian?
Yeah, I'm Orthodox.
Okay. I'm Dalton the Bible guy. Tell me, DLN, why should I be a Christian?
Okay, well, let me just quickly ask. First of all, your bio said you're an atheist, right?
Yeah.
That means you don't believe currently you don't believe a God exists.
Correct. I lack a belief in any gods.
Okay. Well, I mean, when answering your question, I'd have to attack it first by saying, making you understand that God does exist, and then proving to you that Christianity is the religion that God has revealed himself through. So, first of all, are you open to any arguments for God's existence?
Sure. Just
Okay.
give me your absolute best one. Is this going to be a philosophy-based argument?
I guess.
Okay, so my audience is already asking for it, but we do have something called the Philbro timer. It's for whenever Christians engage in Christian philosophy. So the Philbro timer, I'll just tell you the rules. I bet I'm pretty sure you won't have any problem with, because you don't give me the vibe of typical Philbro. So Philbro timer has 5 rules, quite simple. 1, you must talk at a measured pace. I don't think you're gonna have a problem with that. You're not one of those fast talking type. If you use technical jargon, that jargon must be explained, because number 3, explain to me like I'm your grandmother, because I'm not the philosophy guy. 4, your goal in this debate must be to persuade me, not simply to win a debate, but I don't get that vibe from you, so we're good there. And number 5, you have 5 minutes to make the argument.
All right. Assuming it's starting now, I'll begin.
I will start as soon as you say that you're ready.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I guess I'm ready.
All right.
So, I'll begin by saying that I'm sure you believe in physical reality, which is all things that we can detect with our senses, right? Those
Yeah.
things exist. But we also can acknowledge that non-physical things exist that exist abstractly, like, for example, logic, right?
I don't think logic exists what do you mean exists abstractly? I think logic is a system, like a formalized system that we've created to describe the way the universe works.
Right, but I'm saying, okay, so let's say an animal who's not as intelligent as us, they follow a certain path, like instincts, right? But they don't justify this abstractly through logic. Can I give you an example? For example, like science. Science is one of the best examples of use of logic. A lot of animals and a lot of mechanisms in the world don't justify what happens through science. We're the only species that do. However, science, the logic behind science isn't something we can see and touch. It's something that can be understood within our heads, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, again, logic is just like, logic would be like a map. Like you have the terrain, which is the universe, and then you have the map of the terrain, which would be like logic. Logic is just describing in words what it is that we're like assessing about the universe. Like we notice that contradictions don't seem to happen. We notice that object A is object A and not object B. That's an observation that we make about the universe, and then we call this formalization of like understanding this logic.
Okay, but this is like rationale, essentially. This is the study of the universe. For example, science is a rationale. We can rationally come to these conclusions. So
Yeah,
my point is that these.
So yeah, we have a brain and we're able to observe the universe and like take input, sense data. Yeah,
but through the brain, and not through any physical senses.
The brain is physical.
We can understand rationale.
Rationale.
Yeah, but I'm saying a physical sense.
Rationalizing is just the ability to have sense data input through your sense organs, and then your brain processes that information. So it means to rationalize something.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm saying, okay, so like what happens in your brain isn't really a mechanical process. It's something where you mentally rationalize something that you receive that's in the physical.
It is a
world,
physical. It is a mechanical process.
It's not. You're observing a mechanical process that you're rationalizing. Are you not?
Like for example, like let's talk about sight, for example. Light bounces off on an object. hits my eye, that sense data is like goes into my brain through like neurons fire in, etc., and that's what rationalizing is.
But that's okay, but that's a mechanical transfer of data, right? For example, in the physical realm. I'm saying what happens when you then rationalize that data in your brain is something that's that would be considered actually abstract, that other species don't then do.
Well, we don't. That's not true. Other
instincts.
animals observe their environment and then they come to conclusions based on what they observe.
Yeah, but that's based on instincts.
It's also based on our instincts. We just have like a higher capacity for thought because of the way our brains are structured.
So that the difference in capacity is what? The difference in understanding, like, if I touch this, it's hot. For an animal, I'd say it's instincts. Like, yeah, don't touch that. It's hot.
It's also the same exact mechanism that's responsible for a chimp touching something hot and not doing it anymore is the same exact mechanism we use.
Yeah, but I'm just my argument is then, like, for example, oh man, I'm running out of time. Sorry, I'm getting a little nervous. So an abstract thing, something that you can't like then physically hold a name to, for example.
I don't believe that abstract objects exist in reality. They just exist in our brain as like neurons firing.
Yeah, but why are we the only ones who can understand abstract things that don't exist in reality?
I don't necessarily know that that's true.
What do you mean? Are you talking about like other species that might?
I don't know that other animals aren't capable of doing that, but the time is up. It's
okay. That was interesting. I guess my time's up, which is fair. Can't really go anywhere from there, but yeah. I mean,
it's okay. I would suggest maybe writing this down, but also like
beforehand.
There's a lot of people who engage in Christian philosophy who I think the biggest problem in these conversations is that often what happens is that y'all will assume that certain things like exist in some sort of way, like in some sort of immaterial sense, and I just don't give ontology to those things.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, fair enough. Maybe some other day.
Yeah. All right, but thank you for coming up, DLN.
Of course, man. All right. Have a good day.
You too.
Points for, like Fluffy said, points for not crashing out.
Yeah, absolutely. Big W to him. All right.
And
Sarah,
actually staying in, I could actually understand what he was saying, so that was actually really nice for a change.
Yeah, it was good. Big W to the guest. Sarah Smith, I'm going to ask you 3 questions and then we'll get to the conversation. Are you at least 18?
Bring on that pecan pie, pour some sugar on.
Sorry, cannot get copyright strike. Anyways, Jordan Jallo. Jordan, are you at least 18 years old?
I am 27, so I'm pretty old. Pretty old.
And what pronouns do you go by?
I am a him.
And are you a Christian?
I am a Christian. Yeah.
All right. Why should I be a Christian?
Well, that's what I guess I was coming up here to tell you. And I think that a lot of people feel that they're being forced to be a Christian.
No,
and
I don't feel that way.
wouldn't be following. Oh, okay. Well, my message to everybody out there, if you're watching, if it's you, I'm not sure if you're a believer or not, but my God doesn't tell me to force God onto you. That's between you and him, right? And I wouldn't be like Christ the only thing I can do is spread the message. The people that force it on people, I'm sorry that maybe if you have to feel that way, but you should be a Christian because of the fact that God loves you. And no matter what the sin that you commit, like for me, I'm a sinner. I've done things that are wrong.
So Jordan,
immoral.
No one's expecting you to force anything on anyone, but what we are expecting is to just give us like good reasons for why we should accept Christianity to be true.
Oh, okay. Well. It all comes down to you because and that's the point I was getting to. I'm sorry if it seems like I'm rambling, but No, it's because of the fact that no matter what you do in this life, no matter if you do something dumb or if you do something smart, even if it goes against the Bible, Jesus will always forgive you.
But I
There
don't.
will
But
always be
that's not.
someone that you can
But
pray to.
that's not okay. You're just preaching. That's not true if Jesus is dead, though. So if Jesus is dead, he can't forgive anyone of anything.
So, you don't believe in a heaven after this? You don't believe in
I'm an
like?
atheist and a naturalist. I don't believe in the afterlife. So I like
Okay, well that's what.
I would need you to like
Okay.
give me like reasons, good reasons to think that the claims made by Christianity in the Bible are in fact true.
Yes. Again, yeah. I mean, I can't force it down your throat, but all I
No one's
am
asking.
telling you is
No
that
one's asking.
if you
No one's asking you to force that. It's not like you either preach or you force me. No, I'm asking for a middle ground where instead instead of preaching, instead of forcing me, you just give me good reasons through argumentation and through discourse to come to a conclusion of that Christianity is true. Like if I don't want to,
okay,
if I
well,
want, like if I wanted to prove to you that I was male, for example, I could give you arguments and reasons why that's true without forcing you.
yes.
So the same is like, why should I be a Christian?
Well, again, I mean that's the only answer I have for you, brother. Is that God will always forgive you no matter what you do, and you can
But
tell
I
me I'm
don't.
preaching, but that's fine.
But
All right,
I don't
I,
think God's
I
real.
got no points for you.
Why should I think God is real?
Why should you think God is real? Well, because of everything that sits around you. I mean, everything. The houses, the buildings, the intelligence of humans, the sky, the day you wake up for. God
That's
gives you everything.
why should I
Well, I
think
mean, you
God?
work for it
Why should
yourself. You have the
why
free will to do so, but He
why should
supports you.
I don't believe in free will. Why should I think that God is responsible for any of that?
Well, I mean, do you honestly think that like? Well, I mean, all right. Here's the debate point. Here's the debate point. I guess. I mean, I guess we can talk about the Big Bang. So, do you think that atoms just collided together, and then the Earth was born, and then there's the Sun and Mars and Mercury and everything like that, or do you think something has something to do with that? Let me ask you that then.
Neither of those options. I believe in what science tells us, that the universe was hyper condensed and began to
Two
rapidly
atoms
expand.
collided together, and
No, that's not what the Big Bang is. I don't. I keep hearing Christians say that, two atoms colliding together. I don't know where did y'all hear that from?
well, that's the idea that there was nothingness, and then
No,
nothing made everything.
no.
That's kind of it.
No.
Where did you hear this from? Because Christians keep saying this, but none of our science books say that.
So
Okay, well, I'm
where do
not
y'all
sure
get
what
this
you're. Okay,
from?
go ahead. Oh, so if you're asking me, no, I mean that has nothing to do with my religion at all. I think it's
Great.
just common sense. So
Where
if
did you
there
get
was
that from?
absolutely nothing, and there was
Jordan, where
before
did you
any
get that from?
from my own common sense, that's what I'm telling you. So that's absent religion. So
So they're
Well,
making it up.
yeah, that's not what science says, bud. That's not what the Big Bang Theory is. First and foremost, the Big Bang Theory is not about two atoms colliding. No, it says that every single element, every single particle was hyper condensed at one point, very, very tightly packed, and then began to
okay,
rapidly expand. And that prior to that, there wasn't nothingness. As far as I can tell, that stuff always just existed, and there was never a time in the universe where there was ever just nothing. I think to say that something existed, I mean that nothing existed, is a contradiction in terms.
okay. Well, I mean, well, quite frankly, I mean, and again, that's why they call it the Big Bang Theory, right? This is all theoretical, and
Well,
that's what I'm
wait,
saying. It's a hard topic.
the word
And that's
theory
also why
doesn't.
they call religion a belief instead of a study.
So
Yeah, I can. Yeah, yeah.
theory doesn't have the same meaning in science as it does in our day-to-day speech. So when you use the word theory in your day-to-day speech, you mean like a educated guess, right? Like I have a
Yeah.
theory about that, but that's not how the word theory works in science. So for example, do you believe in gravity?
Of course. Oh, that's just factual. Yeah, that there is
Yeah.
gravity. Yes.
And that's called the theory of we have a theory of gravity in science. Do you believe that germs cause disease?
Bacteria and germs. Yes. Yes, sir.
That's called germ theory of disease. So theories in science are like the graduation point of an idea. What you're kind of thinking of is what we call in science a hypothesis. That's when you come up with a possible explanation. You're looking at the facts and you come up with a possible explanation for those facts, and that's the hypothesis. And once the hypothesis has been tested and tried and all the evidence has been brought forward, if it's not true, then we throw out the hypothesis. But if the hypothesis proves to be evident by means of the data, it graduates and becomes a theory. The theory is the highest graduation point of an idea in science. So when we say that the Big Bang is a theory, we're saying that this is demonstrably true by means of the evidence presented.
Yeah, I was about to say, and the only reason why they're considered a theory is because it's not permanent, right? Because we can always learn more about something. And what we
Of
do know
course.
can change. And that's not to
Yeah.
say it changes tremendously, but it might become, instead of 13.8, it goes to 14.2 billion. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. That's all that science is
Okay.
saying.
Well, yeah, and I guess what I'm saying is, I was scrolling through, I saw why should I be a Christian, so I mean, if you're here to tell me about why you're an atheist, that's fine. I mean, you're allowed to be one. And again, like I said, that the great
The only
part about
the, o-
Christianity
the
is that
the
you're
only
always accepted
reason
We're
and you're
answering
always
your
wanted to know.
questions.
the only reason I'm an
Yeah,
atheist is
no, you
because
are. Yeah.
Christians have never given me any good reason to think that a God exists. Thank you for the tiara.
Again, yeah, like I said, you got your theories about things. Yeah, and that's
They're
me.
not.
I
They're
want to
not.
take up too
They're.
much of your show, but yeah, no,
They're. Well,
I mean, you
they're
got your
not.
theories, I got
But
mine.
they're not. Well, you don't have theories. You have beliefs and faith, and those aren't the same as theories in the scientific sense. Like your ideas get to become theories once they're demonstrated to be true. As soon as evidence of God is as evident as gravity, then you can call it a theory. But it's not that yet. Jordan, are you there?
I think he may have gotten a phone call.
Oh, and
Yep.
they are gone.
He got a phone call.
While you're here, I'm going to test something with you. So usually when I click this button right here, you hear like an echo, right? With my
It
voice?
just gets louder.
It does? There's no
It gets
echo?
louder. No, not on my end.
Oh,
I don't know what
wonder,
the chat hears though.
I wonder if this, because usually I use the headphones, so maybe this gets rid of the echo. I'll keep it on, and if I hear anyone complain about it, I'll know. Current things we know aren't to be understood as true. They are understood to be like as true as things could be. I mean, like we understand them to not be false, at least. Oh yeah, you guys in the comment section, you wouldn't hear the echo. It's only people who come up that generally hear the echo when I have this setting turned on. But we have some super chats here.
Yo, at NB with the $2 to scam like Yowie Yuri, if not, will they please?
Envy. No, I didn't know what Yowie and Yuri was. I doubt Cam knows what that is. And she doesn't strike me as the kind of person who would know what that means. God. And then this one's at you, Jag. Where'd my voice go? There we go. At Gretchen Z Boots with the $5. Frodo and Gandalf are too hard, but Melchizedek and Nebuchadnezzar are just chill. LOL, too funny. Oh, I bet there's plenty of names in the Bible that Jag also would have a problem reading too, right? Like most people have a problem with Nebuchadnezzar.
Gretchen, babe, for 99.9% of the names in that book, you want to know what I do? And then Bob gave birth to Bill, and Bilbo went to see Jada, and
Bilbo.
Marcus That's what I like. I just make up names.
You-
and Bilbo
you
is something that I've heard. I know it's a part of that. I don't know, again, I don't know anything about it. What I do know is I've heard the name and I'm like, okay, makes sense. Gandalf, to me, same thing as a wizard. That's wonderful. To me, it's the whole it's not realistic. That's where it loses me. As soon as something becomes not realistic, it just loses me. And I
Arwen.
wish I were different.
Arwen, Legolas, Sauron. Those are the most popular names I can think of. Gimli.
Why is his name Legless?
Legolas. Oh my
Why
gosh.
why did they name him that?
Oh my gosh, I have a new drawing idea now I have to make for Cam. I'm going to draw a picture of Legolas without legs and just call it Legless.
Why aren't you why is he legless? Why did they name him that?
That's so funny. So like, Cam's here. Get Cam. What do you think about Legolas?
No, sci-fi and fantasy, it depends. I like dystopian stuff, so Handmaid's Tale, but that's all based off of true stuff that has happened. So things like that.
Oh man, that's so good.
Legolas. Lego lesbians.
Oh my god.
Hey, they build your blocks. They'll build mine too.
There's a funny Lego meme that already had done that. Really? Well, there you go. Watch the Testaments. What? The Testaments of what?
I think the Testaments is the funny retelling of the Bible, right?
Okay,
Or is that a different show?
You are too warm, and I need to let you down now because my lap is just so hot now. But you can say hi to the people.
She is pure love. Oh my goodness. Hello, babies. She is pure love.
Big yawn. Mwah. Okay. Hang out with baby on the floor down here.
Oh, okay. Testaments is a sequel to The Handmaid's Tale. Got it. Okay. I'll have to write that down on where's a piece? There's a piece of paper.
All right, Cotton, I'm going to ask you 3 preliminary questions and then we'll get to the conversation. Are you at least 18?
I'm a haiku.
Oh, haiku. Hey, bud.
What's up, dude?
Oh, I'm doing good. We're just chilling out apparently because there are very few Christians who want to come up and debate today. How are you doing on this fine Mother's Day?
I'm doing wonderful. Got a rose for my mother. Gave a rose to my kid's mother from them, and yeah, things are good.
That sounds fantastic. I'm doing fantastic. I
got Testaments Handmaid sequel, just so that way y'all know I'm not lying. I do write this down. I do take notes.
Margaret Atwood is the best author of all time in English.
I gave my mom $100 to spend at the casino. I tried to send Cam $50, but I can't for the love of me figure out how Zelle works, and I don't think my bank does Zelle, so that was a dead end. So I just drew a picture for her. Billy the Silly says, shout out to all moms, happy Mom's Day. Absolutely. A rose, as in a single one, a rose by any other name would be just as sweet.
Yes, a single rose. There were other gifts as well, but yes.
Thank y'all so much, Lathe. And Fish is king. Nice. I like fishing. Fish
king. Love him. Man. Is Cam a mama? She sure is. She's one of the best mamas I know. Let's see. Oh,
anyway, I just had to come up here and say yes to the Testaments and Handmaids. If anybody in the chat hasn't read it, Atwood has phrases you can just sit, close the book, and sit in them for like 5 minutes. So much love, y'all. Keep doing what you do.
Love you, bud. The books I read in high school was I read my favorite book I read when I was in school was Holes by Louis Sakar. Even it's better than the movie, and the movie's fantastic. I read through the Chronicles of Narnia at least twice when I was in high school, and Twilight. I read the entire Twilight series. What else did I read through all the way? I read the Spiderwick Chronicles. The Fish King said, the Fish is King says, I loved the Artemis Fowl books. Never heard of that. But
I heard of them, but I never read them.
But it looks like we need to do a quick restart on TikTok because no Christians are going to come up. So hopefully we can get some fresh faces in here. But we did get to 30K. So I will be posting
We
the
got a
video.
46 on my end. I'm seeing 46.
Yeah,
let me collect my points really quick.
We at least got to 30K, so I will be posting the video of me singing in the shower after the live is over. Not this live, but as soon as like the total live is over. So everyone just hang in there. We'll be right back. I'm really quick on it, so we'll see y'all in just a hot second. Love me tender, love me true, till the end of time. All right. Dalton just going with pop fantasy. One of these days, because I love the Lord of the Rings movies, I even like the Hobbit movies. So one of these days, I will get around to actually reading the books. It's an obvious on my to-do list now, considering all things. I kind of have to read them now. Hello, everyone on TikTok. Hi, everybody. Another super chat here from at Swamperman with the $4.99. In the first Twilight movie, they play baseball. It's the only time in the series where you see a vampire bat. Oh man. Fantastic. That's actually a really good joke, and I will be telling that one to my sister. She loves Twilight, so I'm going to tell her that joke next time I see her. That's good. Everyone either applaud or boo Swamper Man, depending on how much you like that joke. Susie Romero says, because you don't want to go to hell. Well, hey, Susie, luckily for me, I don't think hell exists. Okay, we got Sleepwalker here. Sleepwalker, I'm going to ask you 3 preliminary questions, and then we'll get to the conversation at hand. Are you at least 18 years old?
Yep.
And what pronouns do you go by?
He, him.
And are you a Christian?
Yep.
All right. Why should I be a Christian?
Yeah, because Christianity is true.
All right. Why should I think Christianity is true?
Yeah, just probably because of like all the evidence and all that. Yeah, like the early church fathers, right? And like
What does the early church fathers have to do with Christianity being true or not? Like they were just believers who believed in the.
They verified what the apostles said, right?
They believed what the apostles said, but like that's no different than you saying you believe what the apostles said.
No, like they verified what they said, right? And the fact that we have that historical accuracy and transmission and all that. It's like,
we don't know anything's historically accurate. I mean, the Gospels have historical inaccuracies in them, so that doesn't help at all.
Yeah, like what?
Like, for example, let's talk about the nativity stories of Jesus. Are you familiar with them?
Sort of.
So you've read the Gospel of Matthew and Luke, the opening few chapters?
Yeah.
Was Jesus born during the reign of King Herod the Great?
I think so. No.
I mean, would you like for me to bring up the Bible so that we can make sure that we're being accurate here?
Sure.
All right, we're going to talk to Matthew chapter 2. I mean, read Matthew chapter 2 now then. Here, let me pull it up. Ooh, that's too big. Let me just make that a little bit smaller. That's what she said. Ba-dun-dunts. All right. Let's see. Gee whiz, what was I doing earlier? All right. A little bit smaller. Fantastic. There we go. Matthew chapter 2. In the time of King Herod, after Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea, Magi from the east came to Jerusalem. So was Jesus born in the time of King Herod the Great?
Yeah.
When do you think King Herod died?
No clue.
Let's see. When did King Herod die? King Herod the Great died in the spring of 4 BCE. 4 BCE. Let's remember that. All right. Do you believe that?
I don't know why you're using AI.
I mean, I can just go down to the Wikipedia article here that tells you that King Herod, Herod the First or Herod the Great, circa 72 to 4 or 1 BCE, was a Roman Jewish client king of the Herodian kingdom of Judea. So do you agree?
Yeah, why should I believe what Wikipedia says?
What do you think? They just make things up? You don't think they have these what do you think these little numbers are right here?
I can't really see, to be honest. It's too small.
Perowin 2003, page 192 to 93. Peter Francis E 2005, the monotheist Jews, Christians, and Muslims in conflict and competition. The Words and Will of God, The Words and Will of God, Volume 2, Princeton University Press. Is that not reputable enough for you?
No.
Wow. So, and like
why
the
should
professionals.
Why should I believe them?
So the professionals. I mean, I get you don't have to if you want to remain ignorant. But like, I mean, that's a great
I'm just
tactic.
asking, why should I believe that it's
because
true?
These are professionals in the field who study actual history. So they know exactly what they're talking about because they've looked into the primary histories. Like, for example, the works
I don't
of
really care
Flavius
what
Josephus.
some old man has to say, dude. Like,
then I don't care what your old men have to say. Now what?
Look, that's fine, but you're using this.
This is a fantastic way for you to like get
look,
out
you're
of
using
actually
this as
like
evidence for your
assessing the
claim.
Bible.
I'm asking you why I should accept the evidence.
Because it's based in facts.
King
Herod the Great died in the spring of 4 BCE.
That's just
like
circular,
for example, King Herod the Great died during an eclipse, right? According to Josephus.
Yeah, why would I believe what he says?
If you're just going to be this brain dead, I don't know why I should talk to you. If you're just
wait, so just to be clear, you can't prove your point. Oh yeah, nice one.
I did
nice
prove
one.
my point.
Yeah, nice one.
Yeah,
nice one. Yeah, nice one.
I did. Oh, guys, he's crashing out. He's crashing out.
Bro, you couldn't prove your claim. What are you talking about?
So you just don't accept.
You just called me brain dead. What are you talking about?
You are brain dead. Yes. Like this is absolute.
Yeah. Can you prove that?
Yeah, I'm proving it right now by demonstrating it to my audience. Like when you say things like, "Why should I believe the consensus of historians on when Herod the Great lived?"
Yeah, what's the issue with saying
that? When I have multiple sources that back up what I'm saying.
Yeah, what's the issue with saying that?
Do you have any sources that tell me when Herod died? That
wait,
goes contrary to what I
what's the issue with saying that?
Okay, I'm done with you.
I don't think we know when.
I am not going to entertain someone who's not willing to turn their brain on. Sorry, bud. Like if you're just going to say, well, I just don't care what the consensus of historians say, then there's no, I didn't run. I kicked you out because like everyone here can see how dishonest you are. And we don't have time for that. And also, of course, he says low tier because that's what Christian brain rot does to people. They yell out low tier. If I would have kept him on longer, he would have called me fat or used some sort of slur because that's all Christians do. I'm sorry, Sleepwalker, that you just reject the consensus of historians, multiple sources. I could have pulled up all the sources and you would have said, why should I believe them? I guess you don't have to. You don't have to believe any historians. You can just remain in your ignorance and keep believing in magic, bud. That's what he had to do because he knew he could see that. I know what happened there is that he saw that, oh my God, I'm walking into a trap. And then if I concede what historians say, that's going to end up being that the Bible is historically inaccurate. So he had to crash out like that. Oh well. Just block him from the chat too. He's a waste of time. If he keeps spamming, I'll do it. But you know, what a whiny little baby. Oh well. I guess this is the best that Christians can do. Probably. That's not what all Christians would do. By definition, that wouldn't be Christians if they did. They wouldn't be Christians if they did. You hear that out there, Sleepwalker? You're not a Christian, apparently. Cultists are wild. They are. They are. Caller won't accept any evidence for the win. Checkmate atheists. Yep. That's accurate. Why does he say in every stream he's not a communist? Who? I'm pro-communism. The key to Pascal's wager is trying to get into every religion's heaven at once. What faith of an atheist... Wait, what is this question from David? What faith of an atheist for a hell to not exist in a shame in her debunking... No, I didn't understand that. All right. Nakaza, I'm going to ask you 3 preliminary questions, and then we'll get to the conversation. Question number 1, are you at least 18 years old?
I am over 18.
And what pronouns do you go by?
Can you say that again, sir?
What pronouns do you go by?
Oh, he, him.
And are you a Christian?
Not a Christian.
Oh, what are you?
You know, I'm just kind of a lost floating bug at the moment.
Does this lost floating bug believe in a God?
Not an Abrahamic God.
Just a generic God? Well, I am only interested in talking to Christians, but Nakaza, thank you for calling up.
There is no God.
Yeah, I probably true. I agree. All right, Loker, are you at least 18? Yeehaw, thank you for the cowboy hat. And what pronouns do you go by?
He, him.
And are you a Christian?
No, but I have this question.
All right, what's your question?
Do you think Christianity was good for society, even if it's not real?
No, I think
I
we've
don't believe it's
outgrown
real.
it.
All right, I'm talking about in the past. Like
In the past, I don't know. I don't think all the innocent people that got killed under Christianity, I think they would probably disagree that it was good for society.
I don't know if people in the Black Death would agree with you.
I mean,
Back
what
then.
would all the women who got burned at the stake agree or disagree with me?
It would still happen with or without Christianity.
You
That
think
wasn't the reason why it happened.
witches would be would be burned at the stake if Christianity wasn't around? The Greeks didn't have any problem with witches.
No, but like it helped advance medical advancement.
You don't think medical advancement would have happened regardless of Christianity's existence or not?
I don't think it would have happened to the same extent without Abrahamic religion.
How do you know that?
I think it'd still be behind.
Do you have like a peephole into this alternate reality?
I read like this book about like the Black Plague, and like one historian said like without like Abrahamic like religion, we would still like a majority of Europe would have been dead, even more.
And what led to this belief?
Faith of religion. Would you mind if I come back and like wait? Would you mind if I come back and join back up and give you those sources?
I mean, I really couldn't care because you're not really a Christian, are you? And this will
No,
never be
I
a
don't
reason for me to become a Christian.
No.
Yeah. But thank you for coming up.
All right, see you.
What is with the non-Christians asking to come up when okay, for all the people in the comment section who want to come up to talk to me, here's the prerequisite for coming up to talk to me. 1, you have to be literate. So you have to be able to read. And if you can read, you should be able to read what it says above my head when it says, why should I be a Christian? Which means I want to talk to Christians who want to convince me to be a Christian. Someone's here. Hello? Storm must be moving in. A tree in the road. They are doing the first part right now, except the government is stealing it under the color of law. There is a parallel society that has formed. What? I feel like this is why when you come in on the last second and listen to the second half of a comment, you kind of lose all sense of narrative.
I just want to know where did that person get that it's been medically beneficial? If anything, Jehovah's Witnesses are renowned for not receiving medical care. Like
Did I?
the Amish, like
Yeah.
multiple Christian sects are renowned for not receiving medical care.
Real quick. Chloe, did I not share it? I totally screenshotted it. Did I forget to actually post it? Yeehaw! Thank you for the cowboy hat. All right, Red Furry. Are you at least 18?
I am at least twice over, actually.
And what pronouns do you go by?
He, him. I just wanted to correct your co-host real quick. I grew up as J-Dub. Witnesses that they do accept medical care.
Blood fusions are the only thing they don't accept. You're walking away from the mic. We can't hear you, bud.
Sorry. No blood. They do not accept blood from.
We can barely hear you.
Point out is that the Jovies do accept medical care. The only medical care they don't accept is blood transfusions.
That is correct. Can you hear me okay? Is that better at all?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay,
I got what you were putting down.
Yeah. They accept medical care. Medical care is
Red Fury, blood transfusions are a part of medical care.
Yeah.
Vital medical care usually at that.
Oh yeah, he's not.
I'm just
they're not.
telling you.
Yeah, they're not excusing that. He's just saying that they do accept medical care with the exception of this. Like they do. Otherwise, like they do go to the hospital. They're not like Christian Scientists who they're the ones that don't accept any medical care whatsoever.
Yeah, correct. So
yeah,
I'm just confused about what the point was because
That's all.
What?
That's all. They were just correcting you because just pointing out that they do accept some most medical care, just not that one.
There was no correction.
I wasn't. You said they don't accept medical care.
I said, honey, I said Christian sects that do reject medical care, such as Jehovah's Witnesses rejecting certain types of medical care. I didn't think that I would need to list every single specific that every single denomination decides to forego.
Okay. We're all good here. Everyone just misunderstood each other. We all agree Jehovah's Witnesses do accept most medical care except for that one. That's it. Okay.
Correct. That's the way I understood it. My apologies.
Is it Red Fury or Red Furry?
Fury.
That makes much more sense. Okay, that makes much more sense.
Okay.
I was picturing a fox, but hey, thank you, Red Fury, and you have a wonderful day, bud.
You as well. Thank you.
Street House, if you don't like my attitude, you can leave.
All right.
You don't have to be here.
You have intrinsic value that you can't earn. Wait, what? You have intrinsic value that you can't earn. Christ is an example. I don't have intrinsic value. I have value. Like the value that I have is given to me by others, and by myself. Like it's not. There's nothing innate about me. And also, Jesus is dead. but you're more than welcome to come up and give me a reason to think that Jesus isn't dead.
I just want to know what value I have, like intrinsically. Like, is it like gold, silver, or is it like fine cloth, or is it like a nice shiny rock? You know what I mean? Like, what kind of value are we talking?
There are some rocks that are probably more valuable than me as far as monetary is concerned.
See, that's what I'm saying. And like, from what I understand, you can get like a piece of granite that's like a lot of money, more than my organs would make.
You guys are totally right. You have no value. I'm sorry, I was wrong. I mean, neither do you, Abba. Agape Conundrum 327. Because Jesus is dead. So there's no inherent value, but like our loved ones and ourselves give value to us. I don't know. I don't understand why it is that you have a problem with that. Could you like give us a reason to think that we have intrinsic value? You're not selling your organs in the right website then? Don't ask me to help you later. Don't ask me to help you later. I won't. I don't need help from Christians on anything. I'm pretty sure that was a reference to when you're burning in hell, don't ask for my help.
Like I said, it's always that. It's always something just, yeah.
Let's see. We are mostly boring chemicals, just the common stuff. Yep. Hope you're doing good today, Zach. Koi. Okay, Koi, I don't know. Still sad you're in denial of your own name. I'm pretty sure you're a troll at this point, Koi. So this person named Koi, they came on my friend Cam's live when I was on there, and they said that I was someone named Zach something. What was that? Horkness or something like that? Anyways, I'm not Zach something. My name's Dalton. That's my birth name. Hortness. Zachary Hortness. I don't know who that is, bud. You're obviously a troll. And I will not be feeding you anymore. The simple hope for humanity that comes from Jesus. Thank you, Heavenly Father. No, there's no hope in Jesus. I don't get any hope from that. Colorado? I'm from Texas.
I don't put my hope in
dead people.
A man. Well, my thing is a man. Like women, I put my hope in women. But a man? Of all things, a man? I put more hope in my dog. I'm not trying to be mean, but like any random man? No.
Medusa says W. Lady of Heaven, thank you for joining the live. Zachary Hortness, there's like one dude on Google, looks nothing like Dalton. Here, wait a minute. Let me Google this. Let's see. Zachary Hortness. Oh my god, that doesn't look anything like me. Wait a minute. That's supposed to be me? Yeah, I don't think so. I have a much better smile. Anyways, craziness. Improving by faith says trust. Just the word trust. Oh, she don't trust either. G. What? I wish Christians would just like type slowly and then push enter on the keyboard. That'd be fantastic. Y'all both have we do both have eyes. Dalton's real name is Tom Rabbit.
Canadian. You'll, if you stay around long enough, you'll learn I'm a lot of things. Wrong is not one of them. Whenever I open my mouth, I make sure what I'm saying is correct, or I don't open my mouth.
I'm eating Mother's Day dinner in the background. In the background, lovely. I love that for you. What are we having for dinner? Let's see. Tom Rabbit. Wait a minute. I'll play a bit of Tom Rabbit. Let's see. Tom Rabbit. I'll let you guys be the judges of whether or not I am Tom Rabbit. Wait a minute.
Tom Rabbit! I hope.
Garbage. And he does. Here he is. So you remember those videos I made about Ryan Mullins, Dr. Ryan Mullins, and how he thinks that precept is garbage. And he does.
Precept is garbage. And he does. I do hear it. It's kind of there. We have a very similar like way of talking. Jesus, the biggest and most famous deceiver, give him that much? Sure. I think he was less of a deceiver, more of just a nincompoop.
I think he was just overhyped. Like, I think he himself was like, hey, y'all, I don't want to be this famous. And everyone was like, you're going to be this famous, whether you want to or not. Now get on that stage and preach. And he's like, I really don't want to, but all right. And then ever since then, everyone's like, you're going to be famous. Kind of like Britney Spears.
I want to try to find a way to because I've been doing this Oculus Quest thing, and I would love to find a way for me to be able to stream myself playing on the Oculus Quest for all of you to see. I think it would just be fun, and I'm trying to be more active. Dalton, you have a great energy in the way you talk. You bring an earnestness to what you say. Thank you, Bruce. I appreciate that.
And Medusa, that's why I dislike males. That right there. They miss every single time. No matter if they're running right into it, they still miss it somehow. Every single time.
Howdy, Bluebeam. If you want a better future for your kids, then believe in the gospel. Ew, no, that would be bad for my kids. Like I don't want to be a parent who tells their kids, like, what happens if my kid, let's say I have a daughter, and she comes home and says, Dad, I there's a girl at school I like. If I do the whole Christian thing, I'll end up being like an absolute horrible parent. But if I remain an atheist, then I can be like, good for you. I'm happy. I can't wait to meet this young lady. So hard pass on being a Christian for my kids. I don't have kids, but if I did, I wouldn't raise them as Christians. Absolutely fucking not. All right, we're going to talk to Edna. Edna, I'm going to ask you 3 preliminary questions, and then we'll get to the conversation at hand. Question number 1, are you at least 18?
Yeah.
Question number 2, what pronouns do you go by?
He, they, he, him.
And are you a Christian?
Undecided.
Undecided, all right.
Mostly leaning, yeah.
Do you think I should be a Christian?
Well, kind of.
All right, why should I be a Christian?
Now, you kind of left open like a pretty open thing here. Like, why should you be Christian? Like, why is it beneficial to be a Christian? It's not arguing is Christianity true or not. It's basically like...
That is what I'm actually arguing. I don't care about like whether or not it's pragmatically beneficial or not. I only care about what's true.
Okay, well, because my first argument when I saw should I be a Christian is like, you ever seen Mormons? Which I don't even slightly believe in Mormonism, but like Mormons live
Mormons
great
are creepy.
lives.
Mormons are creepy.
They are super creepy. They are super creepy. And it's a bad deal going on.
That glass look in their eye as they smile and tell you they're happy. I'm good.
Mormons baptize you in their church, even if you don't attend, you have no ties to them, and you're not living anymore.
That happened to me as a kid.
That's fucking weird.
They tried to baptize Anne Frank and Adolf Hitler.
The Mormons?
So yeah.
Well,
So
how'd that work
yeah.
out?
Well, because baptism doesn't actually do anything, it was just a silly performance on the part of their church. But I'm only interested in Christianity if it's true, not if it provides some sort of social benefit. I couldn't care less
Well,
about
then,
that.
yeah. Well, then, yeah. Okay. But then I would have thought that it would be worded something like, is Christianity true or not? Right? Why should I be a Christian? Well, you should be a Christian because, like, whether or not it actually is true, those beliefs benefit you profoundly, like in your life, as opposed to someone who
They
just
don't.
like doesn't have.
As an ex-Christian, I can tell you that it doesn't benefit me. I'm better off now as an atheist.
Okay. Well, do you want to argue that, or do you want to argue about, or not argue? Argue sounds confrontational. Do you want to talk about that, or do you want to talk about whether or not it's true?
Is it healthy to not to like withhold masturbation?
Wait, withholding? Sorry, I missed that. I sorry.
To not
You cut
masturbate.
out. What about not masturbating?
Christianity would say I'm not supposed to do that.
Some of them would. I don't know.
The majority
Really?
of them. Catholics make up 50% of all. Catholics make up 50% of all Christians, and the official Catholic position is that it is a sin to masturbate.
Isn't it if you spill your seed? Well,
Yeah, that's the whole thing,
basically,
spilling it.
do anything anywhere except for inside of a
woman.
female.
Which is such an odd little
you're
thing.
you're supposed to be struck down. That's literally what the book says. Actually,
Like I got a crazy high libido. It's uncontrollable, and the Christian ethics not good for my body.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like literally, I get it. Like you would be walking around a week into it or whatever, and you'd feel like a monster or something. It'd be weird. You would have anxiety, and like, I get it. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Not good
That's
for
why-
your body.
That's why I'm such a chill person. But yeah.
Oh,
Also,
your
I'm also
masturbation frequency.
yeah.
I'm not
all the
being mean.
time.
I'm just laughing at everybody.
I'm all over it. But also
That's why I'm so chill. I just nutted a couple minutes ago, man.
yeah, absolutely. But like also like I'm also very pro LGBT. Like I love gay people. I love trans people.
Ring the devil's doorbell.
Yeah. And if I became a Christian, it would end up resulting in me being in like accepting really nasty, horrible things and being an ass to the people I care about, which I also don't appreciate.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, JAGR, I just came onto this live like a second ago, so I don't know. Are you a Christian?
my personal beliefs aren't really pertinent to the conversation
Oh, okay. Well, he asked me when I came on, so.
because you're our guest here. You're a guest in this
our
house.
guest.
We respect
Okay,
our
yeah.
guests.
Sorry, I didn't know if you were with him. I didn't know. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so yeah, I mean Christianity just wouldn't benefit me in that way.
Okay. Well, I do think that do you think that like virtue is important?
I have virtues already.
Yeah. No, for
So-
sure. And those are important, right?
Yeah. So like that
So-
wouldn't be something that I would need Christianity for.
Yeah. Well, okay, by the way, I struggle with that because if I try to like let's say I think the only argument for like virtue as an atheist would be empathy, right? Would be like there is someone else and I don't want them to feel bad like I would if something happened to me. Therefore, I shouldn't do XYZ, right?
Yeah.
But that's
I have a
Yeah.
goal. My goal is the fairness and well-being of society to the greatest extent that I can. And so like virtue just sort of, helps it's very beneficial towards that goal.
yeah. Okay. But I
My
think
question,
Go
my
ahead.
question would be, why is that for you, Edna? Why is that not enough? Why do you need something quote unquote greater or something even else to have virtue? Why
Past
don't you
empathy?
why don't you just have virtue from what you learn and people around you take things as example and say, I want to be like that, and
Yeah.
then do those things, right? And like empathy aside, right?
I can't. So hold on. I can't do empathy aside, because empathy aside, everything gets really evil all of a sudden, or it
But
gets
I'm
not
not.
evil. It gets
This isn't talking
uncaring.
about I'm not talking about everyone, Edna. I'm talking to you.
Wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying empathy aside.
Mm-hmm.
Empathy aside, I can't jive. Like empathy is like, I think the only way to be like moral or virtuous as an atheist, right? Is the fact,
No.
right? It's just empathy. But
I mean,
empathy
you could
aside,
you could do it from a purely like selfish position. Like, I don't want to be murdered. I don't want to be stolen from. So the best thing for me to do would be to create a society where murdering people and stealing from people isn't acceptable. That way I don't get murdered and I don't get stolen from. So you could create like a moral system purely from like a selfish need to like of self-preservation if you wanted to.
that might be one way to do that. But I mean, if I was just purely focused on not getting murdered or whatever, and there was no concern for like, or like, no weight put into the idea that there are others that suffer too, like I might, then I think it gets pretty like, Machiavellian kind of deal, right? It gets really immoral or amoral.
It would be unwise, because you would understand that especially in today's society, the likelihood that you will be caught and then shipped off to a room is very high.
Oh, okay. Oh, don't murder because you'll get in trouble.
Yeah, like from a pure, you can come up with if we exclude the idea of like empathy, you can come up with a purely selfish reason that would result in a moral sized society, because that we created a system that punishes wrongdoing.
You could also do like kind of what I was saying, which is look around and see people who, like, I see people who embody grace. They're graceful. I want to do that. Therefore, I practice and I become that. Or I do things and I'm mindful about it, right? I don't go around slapping people, not because I don't want to. That's part of the reason. Let's like the empathetic part of it. But the other part of that is it wouldn't be couth. It would be very uncouth. It would be very disgraceful. Therefore, I don't do it.
Okay. Two quick questions. Okay. One, it sounds like the host, what's your name? The Bible
Dalton.
guy. Dalton. It sounds like you're kind of in your idea, it was like the reason why you should be moral is because those are the rules of the game that we're playing.
Oh no,
empathy aside.
Oh no, that's just like if you put aside empathy. Like I have the reasons why I'm moral is because like I have empathy, and it's built into me because of our evolutionary history, and that's what results in my like desire to strive for fairness and well-being, which is what leads to virtue apart from any religious ideas.
Yeah. And then JA's argument, by the way, real quick, and not for the purpose of like debate or anything, just out of curiosity, like how would you define grace? Grace is something that I think about a lot, and like how would you define that?
To me, grace is something.
Yeah.
To me, grace is something that it depends on the context, right? What can be graceful in one moment might not be graceful in the next.
Yeah, usually it's like it seems to be another word for like
example
elegance.
Of grace.
It's like,
how would you define grace?
It's like elegance, right?
Well,
is that how we're using it?
Well, elegance is something different. Elegance is like, you can have grace without decorum.
I would love to be able to answer the questions that are given to me in a way that I can answer them, right? So Dalton, it can be another word for elegant, but it depends, right? Because in some contexts you can have elegance and grace, meaning your style is elegant, but your mannerisms may not be graceful, or they may be elegant, but they may not be graceful. You may eat elegantly, but you may not be gracefully eating.
Can I maybe present a definition for grace here?
So you're answering your own question? Go ahead.
Sorry. I asked you and sorry, I didn't mean to be like mean, but like I asked you what your definition of grace, like your conception of grace. So me presenting my conception of grace wouldn't be answering my own question, right?
It would be.
No, I
But go
asked
ahead.
you what your conception of grace was. That was my question. So I can't
And
answer what your conception
and I
of
said
grace
it would
is.
depend. And then now you're saying, well, can I give a definition? So I'm saying, so you're answering your own question. Go ahead. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying what's happening.
Okay, and I don't want to take any like combative turns here. Truly, I'm here in good faith, and I'm trying to be nice and all that kind of stuff. So I don't want to get off on the wrong foot. Sorry. Here's my question: what is grace to you?
I've already answered that.
Okay, now here's my. Can I answer what grace is to me, which would be a distinct thing, right?
Again, you're answering your own question. There's no problem with that. I don't see why we're having to
Hold
do
on.
this.
Okay, sorry, whatever. If I were to ask you, what is grace to me? And then I said, here's what grace is to me, that'd be answering my own question. Whatever. Okay, well, I'll move past. Sorry. To me, grace, I think of like piano. I play piano, right? It would be, and piano, certain things get described graceful all the time. I would say grace is least necessary force, right? So, like, when you would say somebody's not being graceful or some sort of action like wasn't graceful, it would be someone who's using too much energy to do something that didn't require that much energy, right? Wow, you barely did anything, yet you accomplished everything. That was graceful. Would you agree?
No.
Okay. Sorry.
But anyway,
okay. Well,
it seems like though you're not really a Christian, though. So like,
I'm definitely way more Christian than like you are, for example. I'm not gonna like fully put myself in that box and like answer to Bible verses and stuff, dude, because I kind of toss that shit out. So a lot of Christians would say I'm not Christian then, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, you don't align your morals with the Bible, right?
Well, I mean, I can't think of a better place to start when it comes to morals. Jesus morals, not Old Testament morals.
Jesus's morals were Old Testament morals.
Reinterpreted, sort of, right?
Barely.
Well, that barely would be the difference for me.
I mean, Jesus thought that the only reason you should get divorced was for adultery. That's a small way in which he changed things, although that was a debate in his time amongst Jews. So, but Jesus thought his followers should obey the entirety of the law of Moses.
A Canadian gamer asked me, do I believe in biblical Jesus? I do. I think that he was a man. And I think that the best evidence that I have for what that man did at the time would be what all of his friends went and wrote down. Whether or not that's like
his friends didn't write down anything.
Yeah, people keep saying that. Maybe educate me on that. I don't get that. So, like, I've heard recently on these like TikToks that Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John are like anonymous.
Yes, our oldest, like for example, our oldest gospel of Matthew doesn't even have a title on top, and nowhere in the text does it ever insinuate that it's the author was anyone who knew Jesus. The gospel never even says that it's an eyewitness account of anything, and they can't be eyewitness accounts because they contradict each other on so many points. They're just stories written by unknown authors at later times. But as riveting as this conversation has been, this is a short.
Dalton, one point. Edna, less than 2 minutes ago, you were affirming that you are more Christian, right? Yet you don't know these things about your own belief. And this is why it's hard to have a conversation and this is why Dalton is saying those things, is because you don't know your own belief, right? And I hope that you come back whenever you do, because you are a great guest.
Okay, DS. Okay, thank you. All right.
But ew, that, you know what? I resent everything I just said. Never mind.
All right, before this goes any further, and you have a wonderful day. This is the end of the live because, and Sergeant, I see you in the comment section, Sergeant Roy, but sorry, bud. I'll have to kick your ass on the Bible some other day. Why is it that every time Sergeant Roy comes up, He only wants to come up when the show's ending because he knows that, this way I can feel good about myself for asking to come up. But anyways, I don't care about that. Anyways, I'm gonna go and do stuff, Mother's Day stuff. So everyone, y'all have a wonderful Mother's Day, and we will be seeing you guys again on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Bye.
Yep.
Thank you for coming up,
Bye.
Jack.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
Born from dust and questioning fire, wielding truth like a sword of desire. Ancient scrolls and cosmic flame. He tears through myth, he breaks the chain. Echoes of prophets, the stars align. Knowledge and thunder intertwine. Reason ascends where blind faith fell. He reads the word and he reads it well. The Bible guide, seeker of the light. Through time and fire he rides the night. With reason's blade and wisdom's cry. The world shall hear the Bible guide. Scrolls of ages, words aflame. He dares to question every name. From Eden's dawn to Calvary's sky.